Okay, continuation, we got cut off on that last one. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and try these. So this one I would subtract 16, that's going to be 84. Okay, and at this point I'm going to cross multiply. Okay, 84 times 8 is 672. So the 7i, divide by 7. I got I less than 672 divided by 7, get 96. Okay, so it would be an open circle, and since it's not eating the I would be shading to the left. Okay, this one I would add 4 and add 4. That would give me 30. All right, now I can cross multiply that. 3 times 30 would be 90. Okay, and then what I want to do is divide by 5. So I got I on this side. Okay, 90 divided by 5 is 18. Okay, 18, fill it in circle, eats the I, shade right. Okay, now here's the point I can cross multiply. I would multiply 6 times 4, which would be 24. 12i minus 4, so I would add 4 and add 4. It's going to be 28 and divide by 12. Okay, 28 divided by 12 is 2.3. You just put one decimal there, fill it in circle. Since it's eating the number, I'm shaded to the left. Okay, this one I'm going to just cross multiply. That's going to be 45 less than 5i plus 8. Subtract 7, that's 37 less than 5i, divide by 5. I got 37 divided by 5 is 7.4. That would be an open circle on 7.4, and I'm going to shade it to the right, okay, because it's eating the I, okay? All right, moving on. So now we're talking about variables on both sides, okay? The big thing you want to keep, like I said, way back, make sure that inequality stays down, okay? I cannot combine those because they're not like terms. I want to move the smaller of the variables. It's important to do that here because in the end, if you move the bigger one, you're going to end up with negatives, which is okay, but then you're going to have to watch the inequality, okay? So in this one, I'm going to subtract 11i and to subtract 11i. I get 3i minus 6 less than or equal to 27, attached and separated. Add 6, that's 3i less than or equal to 33, divide by 3, I less than or equal to 11. Close circle, it's not eating the 11, so I'm shaded left, okay? All right, this one, okay, gotta be careful, okay? 3i or 7i would be smaller, it would be 3i, so subtract 3i, so I got 12 left over here. 7i minus 3i is 4i, okay? Attached, separated. Remember, I want to move everything away here. So subtract 48, All right, so I got 4i on this side. I'm going to do 12 minus 48. Negative 36, divide by 4. I got I. Don't worry about that. Negative 36 divided by, I did not have to switch the inequality. It's only when I divide the bottom number as a negative. Okay, so I'd be negative 9, open circle, eats the I, shade right. Okay? All right, be careful. What's smaller? 18i, negative 2. It is going to be negative 2. So in this case, I'm going to add 2i, okay? So 18i plus 2i would be 20i. Minus 14 greater than negative 62, okay? I want to add 14, okay? So that's going to be 20i greater than, I'm going to use my calculator of negative 62 plus 14 is negative 48, and divide by 20. I got I greater than negative 48 divided by 20, which is negative 2.4. Okay, and that would be an open circle, shade to the right. Okay, so what I'd like you guys to do, go ahead and pause your video, okay, and go ahead and work on these. okay? All right, so this one would be minus 18i, because I want to move the smaller one. That's 12i plus 16 greater than or equal to 36. I would want to get rid of the separated. And then I would want to divide by 12. Okay, 20 divided by 12 is 1.6. Okay, close circle, shade it this way. Okay, this one I would want to subtract 9i. Subtract 9i. So that's going to be negative 7 greater than 12i minus 30. Okay, add 30. That's 23 greater than 12i. Okay, and what I'd want to do is divide by 12. Okay, so 23 divided by 12. 1.9, open circle, shaded to the left. Okay. All right, so I got this one. Okay, so what's going to be smaller, negative 3i or 5i? I would add 3i, add 3i. I got 41 greater than 5 plus 3 would be 8. Okay, I would then want to add 7. So 48 greater than 8i, divide by 8. I got 48 divided by 8 would be 6. So that isn't that, and it's not even the I, so I shake to the left. Okay, let me, I'd like to change one of these problems here. I'll change this one. Negative. Okay, that's good. Okay, so let's go through these problems. Now we have the parentheses. Remember, the first step I want to do in any parenthesis part, the distributive property, I want to get rid of the parentheses. So I am multiplying there. 4 times I would be 4i. 4 times negative 8 is negative 32. Okay, now I want to move the smaller of these, so I'm going to subtract 4i and then subtract 4i. Keep that negative 32 there. Okay, that's going to be 2i plus 18. Attach, separated, I've got to move those away. So subtract 18, subtract 18. Okay, I'm going to use my calculator. I got negative 32 minus 18, which is negative 50. Divide by 2, divide by 2. Got I is greater than negative 50 divided by 2. Negative 25. Okay, negative 25. Close circle, heating variable, shade to the right. Okay, once again, I want to clear out these parentheses. So I want to multiply both of those. Okay, 10 times 2, 20. So it's going to be 20i. 10 times that would be 40. Okay, so I got 4i plus 64. Okay, so what's going to be the smaller of those two? The smaller of the two variables would be the 4i. So subtract 4i, subtract 4i. So I got 64 greater than 20 minus 4 would be 16i plus 40. Okay, subtract 40, subtract 40. That's going to be 24 greater than 16i, divide by 16. Okay, all right, now let's go to this one. Got to be really careful. That's a negative 5. I want to multiply by those. So negative 5 times I would be negative 5i. Negative 5 times 6. Okay, negative 5 times 6 is negative 30. All right, and then let's say I got this. Now, let's say you get confused. Okay, what's the smaller of these two, negative 5 or negative 3? It's actually negative 5. Okay, let's say you did it, you said, I think it's negative 3. And you went, I need to get rid of this by adding 3i and then adding 3i over here. Okay, let's say you did that. If you move the negative 5, you're fine. by adding. Well, let's just say you did that. Negative 5 plus 3 gives me negative 2i minus 30 less than 16. We would add the 30, add the 30. That's going to be negative 2i less than 46. And now I want to divide by a negative 2. Now, we talked about this in lesson 1. Is when I divide by a negative, when that thing I'm dividing by is a negative, I got to flip that inequality. So now it goes like that. So I greater than 46 divided by negative 2 is negative 23. Open circle, shaded that way. Be very careful, okay? If you divide by negative. Now, if you would have added, it ended up being, you ended up fine with the same inequality, okay? So, hold on one second. Let's change that to a negative 6. Okay, so go ahead and pause your video and go ahead and work on these 3 questions. Okay, go ahead and unpause. So what I'd want to do, I would want to distribute or multiply. 3 times 4 is 12i. 3 times negative 6 is negative 12 is 36. Okay, 3 times negative 12, use your Desmos, it's negative 36. Okay, I would subtract 10i, then I'm the smaller one. So that's 2i minus 36 greater than 16. Add 36. I get 52. 2i divided by 2. It's going to be I is greater than, let's figure out what 52 divided by 2 is going to be. And it's going to be 26. Open circle. Shades to the right. Okay? Now, this one, I want to take a negative 6. And I'm going to multiply by both of those. So negative 6 times I is negative 6i. Okay? All right? Negative 6 times negative 7. Negative 6 times negative 7. Positive 42. I got 2i over here. Now, the smaller of these two is negative 6i. Okay? So I would want to move that by adding. If you end up doing the other way, if you subtract by 2i, remember you're going to have to flip the inequality at the end if you divide. But I'm just going to go ahead and add 6i and add 6i. So I got 8i minus 4 greater than or equal to 42. Add 4, that's 8i greater than or equal to 46. And divide by 8. I greater than or equal to 46 divided by 8. 5.75. Okay, filled in circle, shaded that way, 5.75. Okay, all right, this one, I want to multiply 11 times that, so 11 times I is 11i, 11 times 4 is 44. Okay, now, once again, I'd move the I here, the smallest one is negative 9, so the opposite of negative 9 is positive, okay? Once again, if you subtract by a negative 11, you're going to end up with a negative over here. Remember to divide by a negative. Okay, so 36 greater than 20i plus 44. Subtract 44, subtract 44. I get 36 minus 44 is, not that, is negative 8. I got 20i there. Okay, so negative 8 less than 20i. Divide by 20. I got I, negative 8 divided by 20 is negative 0.4. Okay, so that's going to be an open circle, shaded to the right. Okay, so that is lesson 2 on inequalities. Okay, make sure you always move that smallest variable. It's going to save you from making mistakes with negatives.